Oh, good afternoon. Yeah, this wasn't a percentage, the 39 which we just saw. This was typed like a temperature, if you saw it, 39, and it went down with 1 degrees because I stopped my car under the shed, and this shed of the walnut shed, it's really one of the best sheds. This is what I remember from my grandfather. He always said the best shed is the walnut shed. It keeps you properly. It doesn't matter how hot it is outside, doesn't matter is there any breeze or any wind at all, or just everything stuck. It's still the walnut shed is beautiful. Look at this majestic tree. See? Oh my god, it's huge. Yeah, I'm in the village called Resen. It's 20 minutes away from VT, and it's not the main road. The main road is over there, which makes this neighborhood really nice and peaceful with a good access. Obviously, you can see, and you can see this meadow, this spot, green spot outside. I'll talk a bit quicker and say green spot because I'm afraid when I finish with the video this spot will be yellow because of all this hot weather and sun. So I don't want to be that much liar. You know, I know that I'm a liar, but I don't want to be that much. So you can see outside access to the property, which is on my left here, and I'm in front of it at the moment. So we have these two very huge walnut trees here. Amazing one, which cover like about a half of this outside spot with a shed, so you have enough space to park the cars here, caravans, motorhomes, people, guests come to in this property, because this land of course is not belongs to the property, it's a municipality land, but because the property is a corner one, you can see it has two streets, one street this side and one street that side. It makes the property the only one at this spot. You know, the next one is just behind where the first huge magic walnut tree I showed you. So all this, it's, as you can see, nobody use these houses. They have the place where people can use the municipality land to park their cars there, all of them. Some less have garages or carport entrances, so no anybody stop the cars here. Even if these neighbors wants to stop the car here, they can stop the car, nobody can tell anything, but they don't do it. It's just like a unwritten rule in Bulgaria. All the area next to the property belongs to the property which is attached, and which is bordered on this spot. So I think it's a really huge advantage of this property, especially with the two walnut trees which make amazing shade. You can see this. So let me show you the property from outside, so you can see there's a proper fence, which is always advantage regarding to feel like dog safety, car safety, makes privacy depend on the height of the wall, but it always gives these three advantages which are really good. So you can see this road is not bad at all. So the fence here is from here it starts this side. This is the back of the shed. You're going to see the shed when I go inside the garden, but you can have a look and see it's a proper fence. Nothing wrong with it. It's mainly mud bricks, like 2/3 made mud bricks and a stone based, like a stone foundation. But you can see the cover of it with all the tiles is really good, so you can be quite sure that won't be happen any problems and leaks. And you can see that even there is a new boards and lats. You can have a look and see it's really proper. As you know from the videos, we saw a lot of not very good cover with old tiles or cracked tiles, and there's some leaks, and when the mud bricks start to wash, you know this, it's gone, totally gone. So this is the back of the house, as you can see. And this is here like an extra, which goes with the house, like a small piece of summer kitchen. This is the living room you're going to see when we go inside, and this is where it's ending here to the neighbor, and you can see the neighbor starts some renovation, so it's a good neighbor. It's not abandoned house next to it, which is a good sign of the areas as well. And I want to show you the living room roof while I'm here. I'll zoom for you. Obviously you can see the ridge tiles has been plastered not so while ago, and it's a very straight roof with all these good gutters which are done properly. And we can move a bit higher so we can see the main house, that side, neighbor side slope with the two chimneys. Again, roofs looks good as I can see from here, and the ridge tiles are plastered the same time like the ones we saw here in the living room, which is a good sign, because you know the ridge tiles hold the connection between the slopes of the roof and do not allow the tiles to move so much, you know, and to move at all. So this bricks building is a bricks, you can see the mud bricks built with the stones, the same like the fence. So all this is a mud there, but when we have a good roof like this one, you can see from here we have no any concern about the problems with the mud bricks. So I want to show you a bit the house underneath, which underneath, to be honest, not has been done for many years, and this condition, as you can see, it shows us that the timber and the boards are really in a good condition. The only thing is that they never been painted for many years, or some kind of a lacquer and treatment need to be put on them. Otherwise, this is the original boards, which makes me to feel that if they are in that condition, and the house has been built about maybe 1940s, even a bit maybe earlier, because you're going to see the well has been done 1930. This means that this underneath just need a bit of a painting and lacquer, and then will be really nice. And it talks about the roof as well, which showed us that the roof is not in a bad condition, and the sign of this is the good in underneath. So obviously the sun is sharpening this side, so I can't show you this side from outside. So I'll go in the garden and then we see this underneath, how it looks better. Otherwise, all the rest of underneath here looks in a good condition. As I mentioned, just need a bit of a painting, and there is a proper guttering, so shouldn't be any kind of a problem. This one to be put just to paint underneath, and then everything will go properly. So I don't know how to show you because of all these trees. I don't know how to show. Let me try to find a gap to show you the house, this side roof slope. I will show you as much as possible, and you can have a look and see. Looks like these are also straight slope. We don't talk anymore about the ridge tiles because they're already down there. We can see this, and it looks straight. Even, you know, can't see very good behind this, but I think it's better, and we were going to see most of the roof. So anyone can come here and see the property. They can check from inside with the access to the roof. So I think it's time to go inside the garden. Once again, a very good access. The square of the village is just over there. If you walk 5 minutes, you're going to reach 2 supermarkets, 2 or 3 bars, a building materials shop, a nice cash machine, ATM machine, there's a pharmacy shop, there's a doctor. One of the popular doctors here is, by the way, Recent Village is popular with a doctor who speaks English, and it's not only his advantage. His other advantages is that he is really good, really helpful, really open-minded, and really put enough attention to people. Foreigners don't charge them, proper charge, real prices like for the Bulgarian type, so not have any double standards. So it's all good talking about. And a lot of people in VT area, even these who lives about 50 kilometers away from here, they go and register with this doctor because he's with a very good reputation. Yeah, so I think all we said, plus the good fiber optic internet from the company Telnet, talks a lot about the advantages of the village. And also I'm sure that in all expats forums and Facebooks or whatever you want, you have easiest way to check what the village is. And a lot of people know this because foreigners and especially people from UK have already a lot of big experience with most of the villages in VT area, so they know about resin. So quick look of the fence from this side. This is what I said impressed me, is a cover. It's a proper cover, and then you have the mud bricks with a stone foundation. Really good condition. The good thing is that walnut tree is branches are away from the fence, and you can see there's no any problems, which can push and move the tiles. And you can see again the lats are, I can say they are new, being done about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, or even maybe less. Good white painting, nice and safe, beautiful all the way. It's all has been done. Again, I'll show you here so you can see the lat, you know, which is very important because the fence is fence, and the fence plus the roof is one of the two most expensive costs to keep a property or good, or when you do the renovation project. If you have a good roof and a good fence, that saves you a lot of money plus a lot of time, and it's most important to be done properly, of course, not just to look good. And I can see this one doesn't look only good, it's being done properly. You can see all the way down, and again a proper rich tiles with a proper old style tiles, but the really good one. It's really nice. And we have this carport which is finished with all this metal frame with these sharps, but at the same time there's no limit above, which of course you know what I'm going maybe to tell you now. It's a really good for camper van or caravans, and you can see access from outside is quite clean, flat, comes from the road there, so there's no problem at all. You can bring the caravan, camper van or motorhome to put it in there, and the fence again is really good one. So all this area outside I can count as a really good advantage regarding all the stuff we discussed since the very beginning of this video. Now we're going to go into the garden for the small gate, and we will see what we have inside. Again, also we'll have a look at the condition of the fence inside. It's a proper size of a garden, and in my opinion it's maybe I can say the best size of the garden. Not so small, not so big, it's just the right one. It should be like about 1,300, maybe 1,400 square meters. We will sort out this later when we put the house on the market in the website of Ideal Homes. So then we'll be much more exact with the details of the house and of the land. So have a quick look of the shape. Obviously the shape is very straight all this way, like a square, short side, the other long side which is with the neighbor, and you can see the neighbor house is close to this one. But actually with all this tree, with this building, which is a nice small very cute summer kitchen with its roof plus the roof of the living room there, it doesn't have any too much overlooks. There's only 2 windows and only one proper, the other one is a bit hidden, to overlook in the garden, which is really nice at the same time. So let's go and have a look the fence on this side from the neighbor's side. You can see it's a proper fence, high enough, and the gutters which has been done for the roof here, really good condition for living room, plus you know the gutters of the main house all are going to this pipe, which is going to this gutter, and then it's go all here. Of course, if the people want, they can put duck then in the ground and make a channel and lead it a bit further. I don't think it's any problem, because when you go inside you're going to see that there's Sorry, I was going to tell you a really stupid thing. I was going to tell you that when we go inside, you're going to see that it's not smell wet. Of course, I know my phone is not very cheap. I know my phone is smartphone, but I am concerning that once you watch the video, you can feel the smell. So you will see that there's no any spots of the wet spots. Sorry. And when you come to do the viewing of the property, then you'll find out that there's no any smell of the dumps. So while I'm here, we show the roof from this side of the living room. You can have a look with a nice chimney, proper done, you know, and this chimney not being used at the moment, but you always can use it if you want. It's just kept the people, because you can make a small barbecue area here if you want. This is a good idea, by the way. You can just extend with a, connected this roof like this, you know, like connected the small summer kitchen roof with the roof of the living room, and you have this area, really nice shade, so you can connect it this and it can be a nice barbecue. I will do this definitely. It's really, really nice, and I like. So look at the fence. The fence is in a good condition. We go now and see how it's continue from here. A beautiful oven which is connected to the pizza oven to the summer kitchen. So we have this fence here. Again, you can see, because the fence over there is painted white, but it's behind the white paint, it's the same. You can see mud bricks with a stone foundation. So all this, there's a bit small crack here, but you can see when it's covered by a proper cover, it's not have any problems at all. Also, there is some wood between the mud bricks, which means there's a stone foundation, a few rows with mud bricks, and then we have a wooden, like a stick, you know, and then we have another few rows with a mud bricks, and then we have a proper cover. So this all just not being painted. Otherwise, it's been plastered. The mud bricks can be plastered by mud as well. So it's a really good fence and straight, to be honest. So I'm surprised how strong it is. Even looks rough, but it looks rough because it's been plastered by mud. And I will try to show all the way so you can feel that it's really, really in a good condition. Just in my opinion, I can advise these trees to be cut next to the fence, because not now but later they can cause a problem. Their roots can go into under the stone foundation. The only thing which helps now these roots of these bushes and young trees not to go and crack the mud bricks is because of the stones. But sooner or later, it will take longer, but sooner or later they will go under the stones, and it can cause a movable, and this can crack the mud bricks. So this is the first thing new owners can do it when they come, and it's not a big deal. Everybody can do it by themselves with a proper tool. All this there is good. You can have a look and see. I hope, because it's a bit overgrown just here, but it's my job to go through the nettle and burn myself, but to show you the proper. So you can see the stuff is really good, not a problem at all. And over to the end even, I'll zoom for you so you can have a look and see. Good. I'm very happy with this fence. As I mentioned to you 1,000 times, the fence is very important. Roof and fence, this is what makes one property to cost you fortune when you start to do the renovation work. This is obviously the barn and the shed next to the barn. While I'm here, you can see there's a building. It's a mud bricks built, you know, some kind of a mud which been used as a plaster is gone, but the mud bricks are in a good condition still. You can have a look quick here, and I'll do my best to zoom. This is the shed, the slope of the shed. While I'm here, you can see this. I hope you can see the sun is sharpening, and I can't see anything on the screen. I hope I showed you the proper. I hope I showed you the things which I'm talking about. Nothing else, nothing different. Look at this. Yeah, good stuff. And the ridge tiles being properly plastered. This is very important when the people knows that the ridge tiles should be in a good condition, and this all keeps other tiles stuck and not a problem at all. So here is finished, let's say, the living area garden. which in my opinion is big enough, and it's even a bit bigger than it should be, but people can do what they want. Like here you can see it's all grass, it's been burned a bit, but it's in a good condition and flat area. So this area you can put a swimming pool if you want there, and or you can like make a separate the garden. Like this side you can put kind of a planting, fruits, vegetables, you know, depends, do you want to growing up any of this or not, or you can make it over there, or you can make it like a separate here with a type of a fence, transparent fence here, you know, all the way on the width, and this part here could be converted to a like a type of a garden area. So if you want, you can use this as a vegetables and fruits area. So look at the fence from inside, quick one, really good. You can have a look and see the stone foundation, plastered, painting, the cover, it's really good, no cracks. This which could be painted and plastered up there, and it's not cost and too much money at all, just need a bit of a time and patience, and not even need a big skills about this. To be honest, if I start to plaster this, or if I start to plaster that over there, like this one, I'll have a problem because I'm so unskillful. I don't know, only thing I can do, I'm think now, after I'm already on that stage of my life, is what I found out is that my hands, I can hold the telephone and some other things, that's it. So I won't go into deep into the details what kind of things I can hold in, but this is what I can do mainly. I can do with my hands to hold stuff. So here you saw the fence good, as you can see. Also, like these trees, to be honest, they're bigger than the trees there, and they never been cut, and I can't see any problems even they start to remove the stones, which maybe can't happen there as well, which show that the foundations are really strong or are really go deep, and the roots can't touch them. So don't know, to be honest, if it's truth or not, but you can have a look and see that it's not that much at all, and even that close, you know. But in my opinion, it's always good to cut them and take them off. But you know, everybody can see this. I can see some movement here, so it's really neat this one to go and to take off the roots from with a small digger. So you can take off the roots with a small digger, and then you have this. Keep this lovely fence. While we are here, we can see the shed, a metal shed, which is like a tool shed, and you can see how big it is. And obviously this is the mud bricks from inside. We saw already outside on one of the streets when we were there. It's a type of a shed. You can keep it or you can remove it. It depends. It's a light construction. Light construction usually is something which is really easy to remove or to rebuild, and mostly it's from wood and or metal materials stuff. And of course, outside toilet, which to be honest looks very, you know, new built. It's plastered, metal door, a proper light. So I won't be surprised. I forgot to ask the owners, is this one has alarm code. So I'm afraid to open it because it looks a bit like a new building. So if there is alarm code, oh my God, I don't want to have a troubles with the security company. Okay, here we saw all this wall from outside, but I'm always goes in details. So I'll come here, so this really nice. So you can have a look and see, mainly and generally 99.9 is safe, lovely safe garden. I'll just stop here. I'm trying to show a quick view from the living area garden. This is where the metal door is, it's where finished, and where the barn starts. Looks really nice. Good one. Proper shape. So before we go to see this small cute building, which amazed me, it's very small from outside, but really when you go inside, you will see that there is everything very handy there to do some work for the summer kitchen, plus the pizza oven, plus the options to connect it, and you have already a proper chimney, so you can make outside barbecue connected to the summer kitchen, and the table is already there. So what we waiting for? We're waiting somebody to buy and just to cook a meal for us, to welcome us, or to welcome agent, because it's a good agent maybe who can sell the house to them. Okay, so living area garden finished here. We have this barn with a shed. We just saw the roof. I'm going through this door here and see what we have on beyond the living area garden. Beyond the living area garden, we have this size of land plot, which is, to be honest, about 200 square meters, and it's really nice. This one, it's proper place for car, campers and motorhomes, as we discussed. This is the door we saw from outside, but I want to show you the width of this. It's a proper width, you know. It's about maybe 10 to 12, 13 meters, which is good. So the door is wide enough, there's no limit. You go with a car, you can put the car this side, you can put the car that side. So in my opinion, you can park 2 motorhomes here, caravans, and maybe 5, 6 cars. Look at this. It's really nice. Really nice, and it's separated from the living area garden. It's really good. Even if you need, it's like people can come and live. Like you can invite people for the guests, and if they have a motorhome, they can stay here, live in their motorhome. At the same time, use the swimming pool if you have one. Enjoy the life, enjoy to be your guest, and at the same time not disturb you in the house, just spend here in the motorhome. Really, really good options, good conditions. The wall is not bad at all. Only this part there, where obviously the cover missing. It's a kind of a problem, but it's just about 3 meters width long, I think. Yeah, it looks like it's no more than 3 meters, and it's still there, so you can fix it while it is in next few months. This building is maybe was a chicken house and pig house. I can see how narrow is the access, plus how lower is the access, sorry, and how narrow is the premise. So it means this one being for the pigs, they just feed them and they not move too much, so they can get fatter and fatter. And the end of the year in December, by Bulgarian tradition, you can kill them and preserve the meat and enjoy. It's a really interesting procedure. The roof is not bad, but you know, depends. If somebody wants to keep this, they can keep it. It's still fixable. If not, they can remove it. In my opinion, it's not such a big advantage, this building, so it could be removed. The most important is this building. It's really nice. You can see the main barn and this a bit more red tiles there, the shed, plus the shed there. This is the main barn. So I'll show you from here the main barn roof, and plus the shed one. Proper ridge tiles on the top, and you can see the straight rows of the tiles. Really good. Plus the shed is not bad at all. Sorry, there's a kind of a fly trying to eat me and go into my brain, so I should be quicker, otherwise I can lose my mind. Here, as a kind of a problem, going a bit like a slope, but all the rest is really in a good condition. And we go now inside of the barn, see what we have there in quick. One more look of the area: car, port, living area, garden, and the fence between them. And this is the shed. Oh, doesn't matter, is it a mud bricks and a small part of stones, it still it's, you know, as I'm always saying, but I will not stop repeating, that the mud bricks are the best insulation ever I seen. And believe it or not, I've seen a lot of type of insulation, but I'm here now, and you saw when we started the video, it was 39 degrees. If I move 3 meters away from here, I'll burn there, I'll boil there, I'll be fried there, you know. But here, wonderful, believe it or not, wonderful. Here it looks like it about 10 degrees less, and I believe that. All the mud brick walls. Look at the roof and the beams. Good condition. When the roof's tiles are done properly and very well looked after, you always have a proper beam construction because the tiles save them. You can see, wonderful. And they're original ones. No, any of them has been changed last 45, maybe 50 years. Really proper one. And you know, for me to have a barn in a proper condition in the village property, in the property of the village, it's make about 30% of the price plus a biggest advantage. Biggest advantage is to have house plus a barn. Beautiful condition, and I want to go and just have a look what we have inside. Obviously we have electric, you know, and you have lights here as well. We have some switches here. This one or maybe that one. Let's have a try this. Okay, yeah, okay. The light is coming up, magic. Some gravel on the floor, really good idea. Not Bulgarian English type idea, which I like, really. You know, the mixture, last 15 years since I'm in that business, I can find out a good mixture between the English UK culture and Bulgaria culture. Some things are really good in Bulgaria, but some things are really useless, or they never been developed properly. But it comes from UK with ideas, and the mixture of the ideas makes the styles of the property like me to like it, really. And don't forget, this is what I'm repeating all the time. I like it. This is what many people do not like me to tell that I like it. Again, roof. Good, really good construction. Nothing rotten, proper, really good. Here is like 15 degrees less than outside. And it's like a workshop here with the electric, proper lights. Really nice area. It's really cool here. I'm just trying to show you that all been very well looked after. Obviously, the owner liked this to be kept in a good condition.